All right, let's dive right into this explainer. Whenever you're faced with a massive, historic list of ancient texts, like the books of the Old Testament, the immediate human instinct is, well, to just feel completely overwhelmed, right? You look at dozens of ancient names and brute force memorization feels like the only exhausting option. But we're definitely not going to do that today. Instead, we're going to crack open the exact source list of these books and uncover the hidden architecture inside it. It's kind of like a giant puzzle. By mapping out how these titles group together, we can turn what looks like a giant, intimidating wall of text into a really logical, easily digestible structure.
So the absolute most crucial point right out of the gate is this number, 39. There are exactly 39 books in this complete list for us to master. It's a fantastic number to just go ahead and anchor in your mind right now. Every single time we move through a section today, I want you to remember that everything we're doing is building toward that exact total. Because, if you try to swallow all 39 at once, you're literally going to choke on the data. But if we keep this number as our ultimate finish line, we can strategically slice it up into much more manageable, bite-sized pieces.
Now, the actual structural makeup of the text itself practically hands us a roadmap for how we're going to break these 39 titles down. Check out this distribution. Out of the 39, the vast majority, 32 of them, are your standard single-name books. But sitting right there in the data, hiding in plain sight, are two incredible structural anomalies. We've got a distinct block of exactly 6 numbered books and precisely 1 book with an alternate title. And honestly, that's our whole game plan right there. We're going to use these variations as visual stepping stones to carry us all the way to 39.
So let's get right into it. Section 1, the first 14 books.
We establish our rhythm with the foundational first 5, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy. These 5, they form the absolute bedrock of the entire list. By just treating them as a single unified block in your head, you've already conquered over 10% of the text. Boom, done.
Continuing on without missing a beat, we hit the next block of 3, Joshua, Judges, and Ruth. Notice how much shorter and sharper these names feel compared to the first 5? It's a quick, punchy trio that just effortlessly piggybacks right onto the end of Deuteronomy.
Which brings us to Section 2, the numbered pairs.
Now, the text does something highly unique here. It shifts away from single names entirely and gives us this beautifully symmetrical mathematical pattern. We have exactly 3 pairs of sequentially numbered books. 1 Samuel, 1 Kings, 1 Chronicles. And directly mirroring them, their counterparts. 2 Samuel, 2 Kings, 2 Chronicles. You do not have to memorize 6 random names here. You literally only have to remember 3 core words, Samuel, Kings, Chronicles, and just pair them up, firsts and second. It's like a massive buy one, get one free shortcut for your memory. And just by chunking the list and recognizing those numbered pairs, we've already locked in the first 14 books of the Old Testament. Take a second to appreciate that. You didn't just passively read a list. You grouped 5 foundational texts, added a quick trio, and leveraged 3 numbered pairs. 14 books, structurally locked in. We've only got 25 left to go, and we're going to tackle them with that exact same strategy. All right, let's keep the momentum going. Section 3, the middle section and the alternate title. Leaving those numbered pairs behind, the sequence resumes its single-name pattern with 4 really distinct books, Ezra, Nehemiah, Esther, and Job. The rhythm here distinctly bridges the gap from the historical numbered pairs into the poetry of the text.
Following Job, we pick up a rhythmic trio of extremely recognizable titles, Psalms, Proverbs, and Ecclesiastes. Because they share a very similar thematic weight when you speak them out loud, try to lock these 3 together in your mind as a single unit. Why? Because they are perfectly setting the stage for our one and only anomaly.
And here it is, the single biggest naming anomaly in the whole explainer. This is the only book in our entire source list explicitly given 2 acceptable titles. We have Song of Solomon or Song of Songs. Because it gives us an or, it honestly practically memorizes itself. Out of all 39 books, this is the solitary exception to the strict naming conventions we've seen so far. It stands out like a neon sign right in the middle of our mental architecture.
All right, home stretch. Section 4, the final books, our sprint to 39.
The alternate title is In the Rearview Mirror. And from here on out, it is a pure sprint to the finish line. This next block gives us a steady, heavy cadence. Isaiah, Jeremiah, Lamentations, Ezekiel, and Daniel. Notice the gravitas, the length, the complexity of these words. They serve as a really heavy anchor for the beginning of the end. But then we really pick up speed. We're building momentum now as we run through Hosea, Joel, Amos, Obadiah, and Jonah. Notice how the structural texture completely shifted there? We went from those long, complex names to these incredibly swift, agile titles. Use that fast-paced momentum to just push yourself toward the end.
Pushing aggressively toward the finale, we hit a slightly unusual but beautifully clustered sequence of 4: Micah, Nahum, Habakkuk, and Zephaniah. We are literally right on the doorstep of our goal right now. And we finally bring the whole shebang home with the last 3 titles: Haggai, Zechariah, and culminating decisively in Malachi. That's it. That is the finish line. Just by grouping these final 3 together as our grand finale, we've successfully navigated the entire sequence of the source list.
So, what's the big takeaway here? It's that you can absolutely conquer all 39 books, not by brute force, but by recognizing the 4 architectural steps baked right into the text itself. First, we had the sequential start, building our foundation with those solid blocks of 5 and 3. Second, we leveraged the incredible symmetry of the numbered pairs, using first and second to literally double our memorization power. Third, we isolated the alternate title, that one unique neon sign anomaly. And finally, we grouped the remaining names by their cadence for the final sprint.
Now that we've mapped the entire architecture of this ancient list together, are you ready to test yourself? Think back to the building blocks. Picture the foundational 5. Visualize the symmetry of the numbered pairs. Recall that one bright neon sign of the alternate title and feel the rhythm of the final sprint. The structure is locked in your mind now, so the real question is, looking away from the screen right now, how far through those 39 books can you make it?